Hello parents, I just wanted to make a short little video real quick to explain some things that we're going to be doing for chapter 8. We're going to be adding and subtracting using a variety of strategies. And one strategy is very simple that we have done since probably the first month of school. And that is the counting up method. So say for example we have 5 take away 3. We would tell the students to look at the smallest number, and they would touch it and say 3. This is the smallest number. 5 is the biggest number. Then I would have them box in their math sign just so that they are showing me that they know where the math sign is located and what kind of problem this would be. This would be a subtraction problem. From here, I would have them count up. I would say touch the 3. Now let's count up to the 5. 3, 4, 5. Then I say, how many dots did you draw? Oh, I drew 2 dots. So my difference would be 2. If we were adding, let's take the same kind of problem, 5 plus 3. I would say, okay, what is your smallest number? Well, it's 3. Okay, what's your largest number? 5. Box in your math sign, and I ask them, well, what is it? It's addition, so we're adding. From there, I say, I want you to draw the smallest number. Okay, so they'll draw the 3. They'll just draw 3 dots. 1, 2, 3. And then from here, we're going to start with the biggest number. Say 5. And now we're going to count up. 5, 6, 7, 8. And your sum would be 8. That's probably the quickest way. Now, if you were doing this and you wanted them to show like the long way, you could take this problem. This 5, take away 3. Equals. Same thing, still box in that math sign. But from here, I say, what is the biggest number? Good, 5. Draw a line under it. This is the number you're going to draw. The smallest number is the number you're going to cross out. And this number is the number that you're going to circle because that's going to be what's left over. So we draw 5 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're going to cross out 3. 1, 2, 3. And they're going to circle what's remaining. And the answer would be 2. That's the long version. So if your kid is struggling with this one, I would recommend doing this one. For this one right here, the long version for this would be draw 5 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus draw 3 dots. 1, 2, 3. Equals, well, let's add them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You would get 8. Okay. Now, like I said, that's the 2 long ways. These are the quick, short ways. Hopefully the goal would be to get it to where they can do those in their head. So hopefully that was a quick little review lesson for you that you can help your child at home and have fun with this. Talk to you guys later. Hello parents, Mr. Jackson again. I wanted to go over real quick with you adding tens. In this chapter, they're going to have to add and subtract using a variety of different strategies. And one strategy they're going to be using is using their place value to help them add and subtract. So I want to show you adding tens. It's very quick and very simple. First off, before we get started, I want to let you know that if your kid is showing their work, this right here is called a stick or a rod, and it is worth 10. And if they draw a dot, that's a 1, and it's worth only 1. So hopefully that'll clear up some confusions with you and your child. Let's take a very simple problem. For example, we've got 30 plus 40. Now, I'm going to show you the long way first. I would have them identify your 2 numbers, 30 and 40, identify that this is adding, and I want them to draw 30, and then I want them to draw 40. Well, they need to know that there are 3 10s and 0 1s. 4 10s, 0 1s. So you show that with 3 sticks because that's 10, 20, 30. Then you're going to draw 4 sticks because that represents 40. 10, 20, 30, 40. Then from there, I have them count it, 10, 20, 30. Okay, that's good. That's 30 plus 10, 20, 30, 40. That's 40. And if you add those up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you're going to have 7 sticks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then have them count by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. And their sum would be 70. Okay? Just a very, very quick and simple way to add tens. And hopefully they'll get to where they could just go 30 plus 40 equals, and know that, okay, this is the biggest number or the largest number, and we know we're adding, so I'm not even gonna draw it. I'm just gonna draw the 30. 1, 2, 3. And then they could say 40, 50, 60, 70. That's where we'd like for them to get after they've mastered this step. Hopefully, they can do that in their head and go, oh, 4 and 3 is 7, add the 0, that's 70. Hopefully, that helps clear up some confusions that you have with you and your child, and have fun practicing. Talk to you later. Hello, parents. Mr. Jackson again. In this chapter, we're going to be adding and subtracting and using a variety of strategies, and another strategy that your child is going to have to use is subtracting tens. It's very similar to the adding by tens, except for you're taking away. So let's take a practice problem. For example, we have 80, take away 30. I always start by having them identify the math sign that they're going to be using, and that's going to be the subtraction signs. They know they're taking away. Now, in this one right here, they're going to have to draw the largest number. So I have them draw a line under it because that's the largest number. They're going to have to cross out the smallest number, so I have them draw a little X under it. That means just they're going to cross out. And then from there, they're going to circle, which means that's what they're going to circle after they've crossed out. That's going to be what's remaining. So let's take 80. Now remember, we use our rod is worth 10, and our dot is worth 1. Okay? And I'll make sure it looks like a 1. Now, let's take this largest number, 80. We're going to count by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. They're going to cross out 30, which is going to be 3 sticks. So 1, 2, 3, or 10, 20, 30. And what's remaining is going to be the difference, which is their answer. So I have them count by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So your difference would be 50. And they can check this by going, oh, I know there's 5 tens, so I have to have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is have them compare. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, good. Okay, hopefully that helps clear up any confusions that you might have with your child. Have fun practicing. Talk to you later. Hello, parents. Mr. Jackson again. This chapter, we're going to be adding and subtracting using a variety of strategies, and another strategy that your child will have to use will be using the hundreds chart to add and subtract. So I wanted to show you real quick what that looks like, because this one's kind of a harder concept for some of our students. So let's just start out. Let's say we've got 36 plus 47, okay, equals. Now, that looks like that'd be really hard for them to do, but using a 100 chart, they can really figure this out very simple. So let's take a look at our chart real quick, and I'm going to identify the number we're starting with, which is 36. So we're going to start with 36. So I have them box in the 36 right there. Now, they have to understand their place value on this. So they have to know that they're adding 47. So they know that they're going to have 4 tens, and 7 ones. That's very, very important in order to do this correctly. Because if they're adding, they're going to go down. Because the chart gets bigger as you go down. Okay? So they would need to go down 4. So I always have them do down 4. And in this case right here, since they are adding, then they're going to also go to the right. Okay? So what that looks like is this. So you have 36. You're going to go down 4, which is 40, because you have 4 tens. So I have them go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Then after that, they have to go over 7. Okay? So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Uh-oh. I don't have another block here. So I have to continue going down to this direction. A lot of them think, oh, I can just go here and go this way. Nope, can't go that way. And some want to go to here. So make sure they don't do that. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the answer in this case would be 83. Okay, now let's look at this and see what it looks like if you're subtracting. If you're subtracting, and we'll use the same number, 47, take away 36 equals, well, we know we're going to start with this number, but we need to know our tens and ones, so we've got 3 tens, and we have 6 ones. Well, In this case, we're going to go up because when you go up, the numbers get smaller. So I have them draw an arrow here. And then we're going to go to the left this time. Okay, so we start at our starting number, which is 47. So I have them locate 47 on the chart. And then we need to go up 3. So let's count 10, 20, 30. Okay, and then we need to go over 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And their difference would be 11. Okay, and they just write in. So hopefully that will help clear up any confusions that you might have with how to use a 100 chart to add or subtract. Have fun practicing. Hello parents, Mr. Jackson here. I just wanted to show you another strategy that your child will need to use in chapter 8. This is using models to add, and they're going to need to draw their base 10. So for this problem, we're going to look at 32 plus 4. Okay. Now, a good way to practice with your child is ask them, do you need to add your tens to find the sum? Why or why not? In this case, no, you would not need to add the tens because there are only 4 ones to add to that 32. You just have to add the ones to find the sum, but they have to draw it to show what it looks like. So what you would have them do is draw 32. Well, we know that there are 3 tens and 2 ones. So you're going to have them draw 1, 2, 3, because remember that a rod is equal to 10 and a dot is worth 1. Okay, then 2 ones, so draw 2. 1, 2. Then have them draw the 4. Now, the tricky thing about this right here is they want to think, oh, 4 tens. No, there is an imaginary 0 here. So they have 0 tens and they have 4 ones. So all they need to do is draw 4 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then from there, they count them up. So they would circle this and go, okay, well, we know this is going to be 3. And this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then from there, they need to count 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. So your sum would be 36. Okay, let's look at another one. 32 plus 40. Okay, so in this one right here, you would need to add your tens only. You don't need to worry about the ones because this number doesn't have any ones and this one does. So we're only going to focus on these right here. So draw 3 ones, sorry, 3 tens and 2 ones, plus 4 tens. Okay, now we know that since this one has no ones, that your answer is only going to have 2 ones in it. So let's add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we know we need 7 rods. And then we count by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 71, 72. So the sum is 72. Hopefully that helps clear up some confusions that you might have. Thank you. Parents, Mr. Jackson here. I just wanted to do a follow-up video with that last strategy. And this is going to be using place value and base 10 to add, but it gets really tricky, especially when your ones place value becomes larger than 9. So I want to show you how we regroup and rewrite the numbers. So let's take 27 plus 35, for example. And I have them start by doing this right here, just to show me that they understand which digit is in which place value. So the T stands for tens, the O stands for ones. And then I have them draw it. So we know we've got 2 tens, so I'm going to draw 2 rods and 7 ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus 3 tens, 1, 2, 3, plus 5 ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I have them group their tens together. So we're going to circle our tens, and then we're going to count and redraw. So we've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, which is going to be 5 rods. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's going to be 50. Then let's count our ones up. Well, we know this one is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we know we got to have 12 ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now your child is probably gonna go, uh-oh, you can't do that. Well, they're correct. You can't have 12 ones. You can only have up to 9 ones before you have to make another rod. So I always have them circle a 10. So they're gonna circle a 10, okay? And then they're gonna cross it out because they know that 10 ones is equal to 1 10. So I'd have them rewrite this as 10 plus 2. And then if they were to draw it again, you could have them draw it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus 1, plus 2. And this right here would give you 6 ones. And then add your 2 over there. And then there's your answer. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 61, 62. So this would be 62. So hopefully that helps clear up any confusions that you might have. Now I know it looks like a lot, but eventually they'll be able to do it in their head. So I'm gonna show you another way that they can possibly do this in their head. So let's take the same problem, 27 plus 35. Now this is kind of the old school way that we were all taught. So what I would do is I know that I've got 5 and 7. So 5 and 7 is going to be, well, we know it's going to be 12. And then we know that 30 plus 20 is going to be 50. Okay. Then we can go 50 plus this 10. So I'd probably have them redo this right here. Like this, and then add it up. And now that 2 equals 62. That's kind of a long way that they can do until they can do it this way. Eventually they'll get to this way. And this is probably the way that we all remember. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Carry the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So those are all ways to get the same answer, but for right now, we're really looking at this way right here, as well as this way right here if your child is at the point where they can do it without having to draw it out. And then we will be showing them this way towards the end of the chapter, but they have to master this part first before they can do this part right here. So I know this is the easiest way, but they need to understand why they have to move that 1 over. And by doing it like this, it shows them why they have to move it over. So have fun practicing. It's Mr. Jackson here. I'm going to show you one more way to solve some addition and subtraction problems. This one's gonna be word problems, which is usually the hardest thing for our students. And they're going to have to use their cube strategy. And what cube stands for is C, circle the numbers, U, underline the question, B, box in the keywords, E, evaluate and draw, and S is solve and check. And these are our key math word problems for addition and subtraction. And that is very important when they are boxing in the keywords. So let me show you an example of what this looks like. It says, Jane drew some stars. Then she drew 9 more stars. Now there are 19 stars. How many stars did Jane draw first? So the first thing they have to do is circle the numbers. So they're working with 9, 19. Now, some of your children are going to go, there's one more. They're correct. There is one more number, but they used the word some instead of using the other number, because some stars, but we don't know what that number is. So that's also a number that they need to circle. Then underline the question. Well, the question is the sentence that ends with a question mark, so that's a good way to identify that. So how many stars did Jane draw first? Okay. Then box the keywords. Okay. Well, in this case, our keywords are going to be how many. And also the word first is very important, even though it's not on our list. I think that's really important because they're looking for that first number that she drew first. Now, is this going to be addition or subtraction? Well, let's look. We have how many. We need to find how many. And I think it's not on this chart, but it is on the chart that's on our wall. So how many actually means to add. So what they would do is they would go, oh, I have some stars. Well, I don't know that number, so I'm gonna draw a blank box for it. Some stars. Then I know she draws 9 more. Well, more. So she drew 9. Now there are 19 stars, which that's the sum, 19. So that's how they would get their problem, their math sentence. And that's actually the evaluate section of the cube strategy. And now let's look at the draw. Well, this one right here, there's multiple ways that they can do it. They can do part whole, which if you do part whole, you simply draw a little box like this, draw a line through it, and do that. And your largest number, which is 19, will go up here. And then since we know one part of it, we're gonna put it right there. And then we gotta find this one here. Well, for this one, I have them draw out 19 dots. Usually when we get this big, I don't, but for this case, for showing you how to do it, I am. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Then I have them circle or move them down. So now they gotta move down 9 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the rest of these dots go over here. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you could argue that the missing number is 10. And then to finish in the problem, plus 9 equals 19. Another way to do this is to count up. Well, we can go, I'll draw it right here for you real quick. This is another way. They could go, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and then count your dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's one way. The other way, rewrite this problem. Make it a subtraction problem. They do that. If you're doing subtraction, you know your biggest number comes first. And then you bring the next number, and then you'll get the blank. So to do that one, 19 take away 9 equals blank. I would have them count up. I would say 9 and do the same thing you just did there. Or you can have them draw 19, cross out 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, and then cross out 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Circle the rest, which you'll have 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Or they could have drew base 10. 1. Same thing. Cross out your 9. You're left with 10. There are all multiple ways to get the answer. But really using this cube strategy right here is really going to help them understand. And now the key word here, first. How many did she draw first? That's what they were looking for. So the answer would have been 10. Because some of them want to go, oh, she drew 19 stars. No, she didn't draw 19 stars. Well, she did, but that's not what they were wanting. How many did she draw first? So they got to pay attention to that first on that one. Let's look at one more. Adele drew 10 more stars than Charlie. Charlie drew 24 stars. How many stars did Adele draw? Well, we circle our numbers. Okay, we underline our question. And we box in our key math words. Okay, now, for this one right here, this can be kind of confusing for some students. So what you would do is you would go, okay, well, we don't know how many she drew yet, but we do know how many Charlie drew. We know that Charlie drew 24, okay? Then they have to think about this, evaluate some more. Well, Adele drew 10 more stars than Charlie, so we knew that she drew at least 24, but she drew 10 more. So all you have to do is add 10 more to that 24 to get your answer. So for this one right here, they would look at the 10s only. So they would draw 2, 1, 2, draw 4 ones, plus 10, which is 1 rod, equals, well, 1, 2, 3. So you have 3 10s, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 ones. And then you would get 34. So that's how you would solve that one. So hopefully that helps clear up some confusions you might have on how to use the cube strategy, but just know there are multiple ways to answer these questions, and as long as your student is showing their work, I don't really care which one they use unless the instructions say to use a specific strategy. So hopefully this helps, and if you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.